all of the things you don't want the President of the United States to do while meeting with foreign leaders is exactly what Joe Biden did at the G7 summit this past weekend. You have to see it to believe it. Good day and fine evening, Healthy Republic team. If you're new to this neck of the woods, I'm Katie, and I'm trying to keep it as real as Nancy Pelosi's teeth by giving you the health status of this once fine country. Today, it's all about the G7 summit as the British hosted this year. But before we get to it, please subscribe and share the video. Then for today's question, and please put some thought into this one because I do read these comments and I need entertainment. If you had to choose one of the G7 leaders to live with on a deserted island for 1 month, who would you choose and why? Let me know in the comments below. Now, who are these G7 leaders you have to choose from? Because unlike Joe Biden thought, they are not, in fact, Gatorade bottles. The G7 is a group of the world leaders from the most prominent countries: United States, UK, Japan, Canada, France, Germany, and Italy. But as you can see from Joe's confused look, there are actually more attendees, including Australia, India, South Korea, South Africa, and reps from the European Union. And this year's summit really started with a bump in Cornwall, England. Eh, Canada. Up there, eh? They take off the mask after the elbow bump, eh, Justin Trudeau? If for no other reason, that clip right there, whatever that was, is why we have told the British to pound tea. We're out of there. Even the Queen Mum, Queen Elizabeth II, who is 17 years Joe Biden Sr., was more with it and entertaining than anything Biden could muster.
Are you supposed to be looking as if you're enjoying it?
Yes, it definitely. If you could.
What's truly sad is the entertainment that Biden brought embarrassment on the country, and really himself. But he doesn't even know it because he truly is in a state of mental decline that keeps playing out for all to see. Let's roll through them, beginning with Vladimir Putin, the president-dictator of Russia, which dropped out of what was the G8 during the Obama era. But Vlad was a topic of discussion, and Joe met with him in Geneva after leaving this year's G7 summit. Now, in March, Biden said that Putin was a killer.
So you know Vladimir Putin, you think he's a killer?
I do.
In March, April, May, June, Joe can't even put words together.
What do you say to Vladimir Putin?
To answer the first question, I'm laughing too. They actually, well, look, I mean, he has made clear that the answer is, I believe he has in the past essentially acknowledged that he was, there are certain things that he would do or did do. But look, when I was asked that question on air, I answered it honestly. But it's not much of a, I don't think it matters a whole lot in terms of this next meeting we're about to have.
Yeah, you guys, it doesn't matter if Putin is a killer. It just matters that Orange Man's still bad. He's still the one who is a Nazi and a dictator and, stop paying attention to Biden, who is basically incoherent and addled. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to the dictator. The real one. Putin.
President Biden, of course, is radically different from Trump because President Biden is a career man. He has spent virtually his entire adulthood in politics. Just think of the number of years he spent in the Senate. A different kind of person. And it is my great hope that, yes, there are some advantages, some disadvantages, but there will not be any impulse-based movements on behalf of the sitting U.S. president.
Which means that Putin can easily steal his lunch money. But it's really our lunch money. So I hope you're not hungry, because there's not enough goulash in the gulag to feed all of you. But don't worry, team. It'll be just fine because we have a doctor in the building to make everything better, or at least make you feel better. It's the great Dr. Jill Biden, here to save the day on the international stage. Doctor, how will you make our lives all unicorns and rainbows?
Oh, the love?
Yeah.
Well, I think that we're bringing love from America. I think that this is a global conference and we're trying to bring unity across the globe, and I think that's important right now.
So while you're spreading the love, what is the leader of the free world doing?
Oh, I think he's so well prepared. I mean, he's been studying for weeks. working up to today.
Can you imagine? There's Joe in the Oval Office at the Resolute desk, and Dr. Jill right beside him, calmly saying, "Okay, Joey, now if you study real hard for the next 15 minutes, we'll have juice and then you can take a nap." Seriously though, if you listen to her again, the great doctor actually slips and says "we" when saying who's been preparing for the G7, because we know who's pulling those strings. And then she flaunted it. Prepping for G7. She forgot to add, while Joe takes his second nap of the day. Or maybe he's in a timeout.
Joe, pay attention.
Don't blame Joe. It was probably the mask's fault. He couldn't hear with it on his face. We know it takes but one clip to demonstrate Joe as being inept, but he's trying.
I'm sorry, I'm going to get in trouble with staff if I don't do this the right way. Jennifer Jacob, Bloomberg.
If he's not being directed what to say, he's being directed where to go, which is to say away from all reporters so he can't gaffe another thing.
How are your meetings going here in Cornwall?
Very well.
Come on.
He's a fumbling, bumbling, stumbling old man.
I keep forgetting I'm president.
But as always, just give him time. Right, see, this is the shtick. Give him time. He's only been in public office for 50 years. You guys, give him time. He's earned it.
Come on, give me a break, man.
Come on, you guys.
That's a good start. I've only been here 6 weeks, pal. Okay, give me a break. 120 days. Give me a break. Need time. I think the epiphany is going to come between now and 2022.
Give me a break.
Democracy's having a hard time functioning.
Democracy's not the only one. So that right there is the President of the United States on the international stage, in a nutshell. Even though he belongs in a nut house, he is the man with the launch codes. Now tell me if you are resting easy tonight, because we know he is. Until next time, stay healthy, America.